But let's start in the front, shall we? Okay, so coming up the driveway here, trash cans were like right here. The house, or half of the house, is here at the top. Come this way, there's a blackberry hollow here where you could actually crawl inside and hide from Daisha. This is Dead Raccoon Pond, where I saw dead raccoon. This all along here is haunted swamp trees, the pump house. So go down the driveway, there's where the mud pile would be. Here you have the yard. Here is where I thought I went blind for the first time because my eyes hadn't like adjusted between the bright yard and then the dark inside house. And I was like, oh, Mom, I think I'm going blind. This is where Mom's wildflowers were. This is where Bowser would leave half of his mouses, his little victims. That's where hornets come from. Here were some little purple flowers to mark Oreo's grave. And this is the trail to the Blue Fort. Here's where I plan to put in my dream pool. And then it looped around this way to the Blue Fort. Wow. So, moving right along. Let's take a look at the backyard now, okay? So there's the other half of the house. This is the yard, obviously, where there was a fire hydrant where we sprayed Mackenzie in the face and she cried. That is Hornet World, where Dad was attacked by hornets, and for reference, there is the hornet safety shed. Zip line was right here, near the tree fort, and I remember these trees seemed taller than other trees. There was a play kitchen underneath. Over here was the end of the haunted swamp trees. These were like the tug of war stumps. Her mom was like, you each try to stand on a stump and you pull a rope and try to make each other fall off. So the creek flowed this way towards what I thought was China because bamboo grew there. This is Grandpa Would Be So Proud of You bridge because that's where I hammered in my first nail. And Dad was like, Grandpa would be so proud of you. And then this is the sand filter, and this leads to the meadow. Alright, so now we've arrived at the meadow. There's the sand filter again with the long grass growing out of the top. There were some gnarly roots here that Jessica and I were always tripping over. Treehouse there. There's some really thick woods out there where I hit that branch with the fat bat and it broke, and it was really impressive. This is grass and crunchy leaves. This was the oak tree. And then beyond that, all meadow. And you could swing and look at the meadow. And then way out here, for some reason, was a little toilet. Like it was wooden and plastic. I used it several times. Anyway, that's what I remember.
Do you remember the time that Mackenzie grabbed you by the hair and yanked you up off the little wooden potty seat because she wanted to sit on it? You remember that?
I do not.
Yeah, I was appalled. That was the beginning of the first thing I saw of her violent streak. Much later after that was when she punched Emily Camp in the face. By the way, good job on the mapping. Well done, and it looks lovely.
Awesome, Scout. I love that. It's so funny when you mention little stuff like that little wooden toilet, like stuff starts just clicking into place for me. Like even the home videos Dad's been uploading, like I see stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's where that was. Oh yeah, I remember that thing. Like the little playhouse in the front yard. And then as soon as you said Mom's flower bed, I totally had a flashback to that. And just so you guys are aware, I almost asked your permission to do this, but I didn't. I recorded last night that original Marco Polo combo we had about the house in the woods and stuff, and threw it on the Air Family Home Movie channel because I thought for Father's Day, Dad might want to reminisce on some of those memories. And speaking of poor memory, I went back to take a screen cap of all that video, and I was like, oh, it'll be like 10 minutes. 42 minutes and 33 seconds was how long that conversation was all put together. So anyways, that is up on our channel now. If you guys ever want to reminisce, sorry I didn't ask your permission. I may put Scout's cool big drawing up on there if I get permission, but